This is the long-awaited tutorial that I promised it had to be at least a year ago now, on how to turn this into this. This tutorial is more video than audio. I would strongly recommend watching it and listening. For all my warriors who like to just listen to things, this video, you gotta switch it up for this one, sorry. There will be timestamps if you want to switch around or if you have to rewatch something a few times. You will need your drawing divided up into layers and any editing program that has keyframes. And to be honest, you don't even need the keyframes, they just make your life a whole lot easier. I would not recommend doing this at any major scale without keyframes, but it can be done. For the first step, you just have to draw your background. For this demonstration, I put together a very simple landscape. In hindsight, I'm recording this audio after I drew it. I should have actually done some more detail in the grass, so it would have been a better example. Sorry about that. I start my drawings for YouTube in a high-definition canvas, which has dimensions of 1920 by 1080. I then make a little frame of that size, and I use that to guide roughly how big my drawings should be. You can resize them later, but if you draw them at about the size you want them to be, then your intention gets across very clearly. I've recorded my drawing process here. It's not necessary that you watch it. The only thing that you actually have to pay attention to is the layering. I named them very explicitly so that people could see how I'm thinking about things. Your next step is to export your layers from your drawing program. It's important that you save them as pngs or any other file format that I may not be aware of that has transparency. If it doesn't have transparency, you're going to have a white background and it will cover all the layers beneath it. I use Firealpaca, which has a very convenient export layers button, but you may have to go through and save each layer manually depending on what program you're using. Next, you have to import your layers into your editing program. Select your files and drag and drop them into your program, and then make sure your layers are in the right order. The things closest to your camera should be above things that are farther away from the camera. In this case, the grass layer is closest to the camera, so it is on top of everything else. Next up, we edit. You place your first keyframe a few frames into the animation. For this one, I picked 15 frames in, that's about half a second, so that it wouldn't go too fast at the beginning. This depends on the project, of course. You should play around and find out what works best. Place your second keyframe on the first frame of your animation. Shift every layer in the same direction. Shift layers that are close to the camera a large amount, and layers far from the camera only a little bit. Super far away things, like the sun or the clouds, may not move at all. In this example, the clouds move a little bit because clouds move in real life. The further you shift your layers, the more they'll have to move. Keep that in mind. Place your third keyframe on the last frame of the animation. Shift every layer in the same direction, the opposite direction to how you move them in the beginning. I've included a recording of me doing this in real time so you can see how it works and how easy it can be once you really get it down. Step 5, which is not actually required, but it would make me very happy, is to show me, because I want to see what you do. Alright everyone, have a nice day, and it would be really nice if you could subscribe. Thank you!